Well, the city of New Orleans gathering right here on Rampart Street so we can honor the late and great Eric Paulsen, our friend and our co-worker. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Katie Moore, and we are live tonight on the American Townhouse balcony here on Rampart Street. We are right next door to the WWL TV studios where Eric Paulsen came to work for literally 4 decades.
Yeah.
One of the longest running anchors in the country.
Yes, he is. And also that parade is starting right now on St. Philip Street. And even though it's starting on, by Tuba Fats Square, I mean, if you take a look at North Rampart Street right now in front of the studios, people have been pulling up, they're walking up, they're driving by, we're meeting all of the people. We took a few pictures walking over here, Katie.
Yes.
Everyone is getting ready, and you got some people that even brought chairs outside so that they can watch the second line. They're extremely excited so that we can celebrate our Eric. The love can be felt everywhere.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been sharing tributes for him, to him, since he passed away this weekend. We've been hearing from his friends, his family, even just those in the community who felt that Eric was family. We know he certainly was to us, and it's going to be a great second line tonight. The weather couldn't be more perfect for it.
Oh, yes, perfect weather for it. Meg Ferris is kicking off our coverage right now. We're going to give you live coverage throughout that second line. She is at Tuba Fats Square. That is where the second line will begin. Meg?
I talked about Al Saturday night on the air. Hello, everyone. People are just saying, this man here is just saying that only Eric Paulsen could upstage Taylor Swift. And I said, we've been saying that in the newsroom for several days now, but it is packed out here. The atmosphere is absolutely incredible. I've gotten more hugs in the last 10 minutes than I think I've gotten in a lifetime from people just coming up and saying how much they love Eric. And his wife is here and family members are here. But all week long, we've been talking to friends of Eric's who met him just once and became lifelong friends. Take a look at 2 of them we talked to earlier. Like so many others, Eric met Chef Andrea Apuzzo while dining on his food, and a decades-long bond followed.
He made me feel so comfortable, so special, and the relationship got stronger and stronger and stronger. And of course, I liked it because not only because it's a very down-to-earth person, made me laugh, made me happy, and he enjoyed what I was doing. He appreciated what I was doing, as far as, cooking. Next thing you know, Eric and later his bride Bethany became frequent guests in Andrea's villa in Capri, Italy. And we have this big, huge tomato. He loved tomato. So he goes in the backyard, pick up tomatoes, pick up tomatoes out of the ground, the vine. He washed stuff and he said to eat it. He said, Andrea, my God, how can you leave this island? How can you have this? It's like put the Creole tomato to shame. And for 20 years, Fats Domino and Eric were close after he did a report on the music legend.
He would always come to my grandfather's birthdays. He never missed a birthday, and even after my grandfather passed away, he always made sure that some way, somehow, he showed some appreciation or a token of love and memory of my grandfather, because, I mean, they were just that close.
Fats to private chef Aaron Hartzog was Papa Twan, and Eric was special too.
He loved my grandfather. Yeah, my grandfather admired Eric, and Eric admired my grandfather. I mean, everybody just gravitated towards Mr. Eric because he had truly become family over the years.
Aaron was excited that one day Eric said he was going to have her on the morning news to showcase her recipes in the kitchen.
I always want to do it with him being there, and I'm like, no, I don't get the chance to do that. So that bothered me. Like, aside from everything else, it's like, you have conversations with people and you don't think that you don't get to go back to it.
Andrea was in Italy and didn't get to say goodbye.
This affected me more than affected my brother. I lost 3 brothers. It affected me more. I was so sick Sunday, I couldn't move it. I was like, devastated.
Shared admiration for each other because of their obvious love of New Orleans and their contribution to its culture. We'll always cherish our fond memories of him. Eric and his endearing spirit will truly be missed. And it's just amazing out here how many people love Eric and have joined this and said they wanted to be here for him, and how many people said they literally grew up with him. And Sharice and Katie, how many times have you gone out on an interview or gone to eat somewhere, became friends with someone and invited yourself to their villa in Italy? I can tell you zero for me.
Zero.
But that's
That can only happen with Eric Paulson.
Only Eric Paulson, and only Al Copeland, apparently, which is unbelievable. That story made me laugh so much, and just because I think that I could absolutely see that happening.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting, Meg? You talk about that story that everybody says they grew up watching him.
Yeah.
I could never tell Eric that I grew up watching
No,
him
he'd be
because
offended.
he would be so offended because he would say I was calling him old, and I said I watched you when I was a little girl, and now I'm your colleague.
I
So
know.
I mean, he would be so offended, but man, we are going to miss him so much, and the energy is crazy down here, Meg, as well.
It is. It is wonderful. You know, we're seeing lots of familiar faces down here on Rampart Street.
Yeah.
We saw, former producer Dominic Massa, Melissa
Yes.
James crossing the street, Sophia Hackett.
Yes.
All these people who, just have known Eric for decades, worked with him for more than a decade.
Including
and just
Carla
love him.
Redondo, who's
Carla
down there
Redondo.
as well. There was a colleague that shared a really endearing story about Eric last Saturday. We're going to go to Alyssa Curtis now, continuing our coverage as we get ready for this big second line parade for our Eric Paulson. Alyssa, what do you got?
Guys, we are in the thick of it. This party, because that's really what it is. It is a party for Eric. There are so many people out here, and it just shows how much people loved Eric. I've been standing on the corner waiting for the second line to start, and I can't go a minute without someone coming up and saying, I loved Eric, had a story about Eric, and that's just who he was. He was such a big personality. So many people watched him and grew up with him. I have Kirsten here with me. Kirsten, you talked to me about how you grew up watching Eric. What did Eric mean to you?
Eric was like a part of our family. He woke us up in the mornings before school, got my parents off to work on time, and I just, it doesn't feel real. This does not feel like we're out here really doing this for Eric Paulson, because I watched that broadcast when he told us that he was gonna go, take care of his health and then come back. And we were all thinking, like you all, we thought he was coming back, but we're sending him home now, And this is everything I expected, because I go to every second line. I don't miss nothing, and this is true New Orleans.
Why was it so important for you to come out here and celebrate Eric in this way?
Eric raised me. This is like a family member. Like, you just cannot, if you grew up watching Channel 4 News in the morning, there is no way you could not be out here. Like, no, it's just not an option. I had to be out here. Like, I was asking questions about when was the second line, and I didn't even know they had prepared one. I just was joking, and somebody commented and said it's Tuesday at 6, and I'm like, what? So yeah, this is supposed to be done, because Eric was the heartbeat of New Orleans. Even though he worked behind that desk, he was a part of this community. Because if you ever saw him out in the streets, like, he allowed you to treat him like a regular person and not a celebrity, and I like that about him.
Well, I appreciate you for sharing some kind words, and that is just a glimpse into what I've heard today. So many people, again, have come up to me to talk about whether it was a funny moment they saw on the morning news, or when they saw him out at Jazz Fest, or whatever it may be. Every single person just has such a great memory and impact that Eric made on their lives, and I think this was the perfect way to send him off. We're waving our Eric handkerchiefs out here and dancing along the streets, just like he would want, just like he deserves. So we're having a party, we're celebrating Eric's life, just how he lived. Absolutely, we're living like Eric. Eric, we love you, rest in peace, rest in peace. So many people love Eric. We're gonna head to the station. We're Eric's wife. We're dancing our way down to Rampart Street. You guys might even hear us soon. So I'll send it back to you guys. I'm gonna keep dancing.
As it should be. We should be dancing in the streets.
Oh, look, I'm already dancing.
Yeah.
We're on top of the American Townhouse balcony that's right next door to Channel 4 studios, and
Yes.
we can hear the band making its way from Tuba Fats Square onto North Rampart. The traffic has been stopped. I will let people know that the traffic is stopping on North Rampart, so you may want to have to find another route around. We have people that are in the streets that are waiting, and we actually see some police units coming down St. Philip right now about to make that turn to North Rampart. So that parade is making its way here.
It really is, and we're starting to hear the music. The people are dancing in the streets, as Alyssa just mentioned. Working their way here to celebrate the life of Eric Paulsen, our longtime anchor of our Eyewitness Morning News for literally 40 years here in New Orleans. He is a household name in many, many, many homes in this city, and he deserves the tribute that he is getting tonight. People lined up here on Rampart Street, and they are all ready to just celebrate.
All right, speaking of being on Rampart Street, our own Whitney Miller is down there as we get ready for the celebration to make its way over. Whitney, you're about to be in the middle of it all.
Hey, my baby. Yeah, I'm in the street right now. Look, the police is behind me. Let me get out the road, okay? But I know they shut down the street already. People are out here. At first, I was telling you I was a little nervous, or not nervous, but jealous that I wasn't at the start of this. The vibes are already high out here for Eric. I have some people that have been telling me that they're ready to tell me about Eric. Tell me, why'd you come out here to celebrate Eric?
Celebrate his homegoing, Eric Paulson homegoing, and celebrate Roots of Music that's coming to help to celebrate his homegoing. He was a beautiful person, moaning person, just beautiful. Yes, he was. So I came out for the celebration.
Awesome. And you woke up to him every morning talking to us?
Every morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up.
4 o'clock, waiting on Eric to stroll in at 6. Let me take you. Oh, the band, I hear him. I want to introduce you to one more person. Miss Rose says she met Eric in the 90s. And she said she wants to tell y'all about it. So let me get over here before the music gets to us. Miss Rose. Miss Rose. Miss Rose, you told me you was going to tell us about Eric. Tell me how you met Eric in the 90s. You came out here to celebrate?
I met Eric in the 90s. I used to do catering at Tipitina's, and I knew Fats Lamino since I was young. So one day I'm talking to Fats, and he walked up, and I looked up and I said, "Oh, I didn't know you were that tall." And he looked at me and he said, "I didn't know you were that short."
Just like Eric to be a jokester. I want to send it back to you guys because the band is already here. So, yeah.
And it is so loud. They are playing their hearts out for Eric Paulsen tonight. You can see our WWL Morning News anchors walking on Rampart Street as we make the turn here. Right in front of the WWL TV studios where Eric called basically home for 4 decades.
Yes, right now you're looking at the Roots of Music Crusaders. This is one of the organizations that Eric Paulsen supported. We have all supported the Roots of Music right now. It's really interesting because we're getting our own parade for Eric Paulsen, and I know that he is smiling down. This is the way to remember him. He asked in lieu of donations to support this organization, the Roots of Music, and also to support the Ella Project as well.
Yeah, absolutely. These are 2 causes that are near and dear to Eric's heart, and his family has asked for any donations to be made to them in lieu of donating any flowers or anything for his services. Now, those are going to be private, but this is the very public celebration, and you can hear it is loud. These kids are proud, and they are looking phenomenal tonight. A very fitting tribute to a man who held this cause so dear to his heart.
Right, I know that Eric loved these kids. He always loved supporting music and the culture of the New Orleans area. I will tell you, being in Treme is a fitting way to start this parade. Because it is the root of America's music, where jazz was born, where America's culture is born and bred from. So, of course, we have to start the second line in Treme and take it to where, of course, he stayed for 40 years. Giving you a look right now. Look at all the people down there. Katie, this feels like Mardi Gras. Eric would love it.
It really does. He would absolutely love it. You know, he's been a fixture for our Mardi Gras coverage for so many years. I don't know what it's going to be like without him this year.
No, I don't know what it's going to be like without him.
Yeah.
And always, as Sheba mentioned, Eric loved to put on a wig.
He did.
He loved to put on a wig, and he loved to have a really good time.
He certainly did. And he loved music, man. He loved it.
All right, if you're just joining us, you're getting a live look right now on North Rampart. This is in front of the WWL studios. The Roots of Music Crusaders are down here, an organization that Eric Paulson supported, and they're performing in tribute to Eric. And this is only just the beginning of the second line parade to honor our own Eric Paulson, and it is such a fitting tribute. They have so many people that are here having a good time. Good to see all of y'all. There's so many people that have been coming here. So many people that have come here so that we can really get a sense of love. And I think that we're about to do a performance. If I'm not mistaken, Katie, I think they're going to perform for Eric.
I think they are. They do have a special performance planned. I'm sure they're stopping for a little photo op, which I know is going to mean so much to Eric's wife, Bethany, and his two sons and his daughter, John and Emmett.
Right.
It's just such a fitting tribute. It's going to be so wonderful to see people stopping and saying a few words about what Eric meant to them. And we've been hearing such amazing things from literally around the country about how much Eric had an impact on our community and beyond.
Yes, right now we have our Willie Miller. She's right in the middle of all of it. I don't know if we're going to go back to Whitney, but Whitney, if you can just kind of give people a look at what's going on over here and tell us a little bit more about what they're about to do. What are you hearing?
Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
We hear you.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're gonna play.
Yeah, that's Whitney.
That's
Whitney
our
Miller
Whitney
on
Miller.
tonight.
Yeah, that is our Whitney Miller right now. She's down there on the ground where the Roots of Music is beginning to perform.
Yes.
And I will tell you, emotions are running high
They
for
are.
all of us right now. A performance is happening right in front of the studio, and I have to tell you, to have some of the old WWL co-workers here with us.
Yeah, people who worked with Eric,
Yes, and everybody has a story. I mean,
everybody has
all right,
a story.
let's get a live listen to this performance right now.
I think they just cut it off. They may be about to say a few words about Eric and just pay a tribute to him, both with their words and their music. So hopefully we're going to hear from some members who have organized this, Roots of Music in particular, who was a cause near and dear to Eric's heart. I mean, that is where the family has asked donations to be made.
Right.
This is just the first taste of the second line that is to come.
Yes.
There's much more coming, making its way up St. Philip Street. And then let's take a listen
We're about
in.
to get a performance now.
tribute. That was.
All right, and now
Roots of
we had a
Music
tribute.
saying we miss you, we miss you, we miss you, and I
the
can
second
guarantee we
line
miss
is
you.
here.
Yeah.
The second line is here, y'all. We got to keep this going. I know our producers want us to speak,
Yeah.
but I think what's more important is you see the amount of people who came for him.
Yeah.
You see these people. Look at them.
It's an incredible
That's
showing
important.
of outpouring of love, outpouring of sadness and grief in the best way we do it possible, right? Like, we celebrate your life by having a party, and that one got me. But let's check it out. Check out the second line. See what's happening down there. I mean, this is incredible. People have their umbrellas out. They're dancing. Roots of Music is still hanging out in front of the WWL TV studios at this hour after such an incredibly moving tribute. People in the crowd all joined in singing, "We miss you, we miss you, we miss you."
And we're so honored.
And we miss you, Eric.
Honestly, we're so honored that people loved him the way they did. And if you know anything about a second line, right now they're doing a dirge for Eric. So Alyssa Curtis is down there on the ground right now. Alyssa, tell us more about what's going on.
What a celebration.
It's an absolute party down here. You could probably hear it.
We outside for Eric, baby. We love Eric. We love Eric. It's like, no, we love Eric.
Everyone loves Eric. This is what it's been the whole entire time. We made it to the front of this station. I think I don't know how many blocks of Rampart are closed right now. I don't know how many blocks on Rampart are closed right now. But if you're sitting in traffic, I feel bad for you because we are having a party down here. There's been singing, there's been dancing. Look at this. Look at this. This is how many people loved Eric. This is the show of love for Eric. We're having so much fun. As Eric would walk, we are just living like Eric. He loved music, he loved dancing, he loved the New Orleans culture. And New Orleanians felt that because they are showing up and showing out for Eric. And they know just how much they mean to him and he means to this city. I've heard words like icon, legend, the heartbeat of this city. And those are all perfect words to describe Eric. We are just honestly having a blast. I don't know how else to describe it. We really are taking the words "live like Eric" true to heart this week, and especially tonight. Take a look at all of these people here today. This is a massive display of love for Eric, and I think you guys heard us coming down probably from about 2 blocks before we even got to this station, because that's how many people showed out. That's how many people love Eric, and we're just going to continue having a good time. We're going to continue speaking about him, continue to just live like him, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has come up to us, whether it's me, Meg, or anyone out here, because so many of you guys have come up and shared a story, shared condolences, shared a funny moment, and that means so much to us. So thank you all so much for sharing what Eric meant to you and the impact he had, because that makes the world of a difference and means so much. I don't think you guys understand. But we're going to continue to party. I think we're going to have some more things in front of the station. I'm not too sure. I think we're just going to continue partying maybe, but I'm going to send it back out to you guys because I think I'm going to go dance with them. So.
It's Katie Moore back here live on Rampart Street, and this is such an amazing display. The dancing in the streets, the music, the drums, the whistle, it's just incredible. Tears are flowing from my eyes watching this, and it's tears of joy as much as it is tears of sadness. This is an incredible tribute, right?
Yes. This is the culture. We're sorry we can't hear you guys very well, but you have the Roots of Music that just performed. We got a second line band going by, led by James Andrews, who was on our show earlier, WWL Morning News.
He has known Eric for a long time.
About his
a relationship with Eric and all the people.
Yes.
Everybody here, thank you all so much for coming to celebrate. We're going to go down in the crowd. Whitney Miller is down there right now, Whitney, in the middle of the action. Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm out here. Hey, we are second line out here. Get it, get it. Hey,
Y'all was getting a little emotional earlier because the kids, they're just so beautiful. I'm getting emotional again, but Eric means so much to the station, and it is evident here today. Just check out this second line right now. Oh, let me get out the way, okay? We're having a good time out here. All right, all right. You have a memory about Eric? Say that again. You have a memory about Eric?
Oh, baby, when he was eating Miss Linda's yakami. Miss Linda, my president. That's what I have the memories of.
Do you have a memory about Eric?
Oh, I certainly do. He was a good-spirited person. Every time I saw him, he was always the same.
You got a memory of Everybody's telling us that's how much they love Eric, and he is an extremely good man. I know he is loving this right now. Hey, just rest in peace, that man. Rest in peace after you was a great journalist. Yeah, he's a one-time party. Check this out.
I want to say, Eric!